And Marconi escapes pressure and throws an interception, and Grayson will return it for a touchdown. We are tied. Rocco Marconi scrambling away from a defender, and Grayson steps in front of the pass and scores. 3rd down and 5, 1 minute to go in the quarter. Still no Bulldog as Bulldog wideout has caught a pass. Hart is out of the shotgun with Baja to his left, and Hart will hand off on a delay. No, he won't. Sacked in the backfield, Joe Dazzo on a blitz, and he's poking fun at Jasper Hart down on the ground. Joe Dazzo, forget about David Baja, he just creams Jasper Hart. It's another 4th down.
2nd and 9 to the 48. Honolulu just 1 timeout left. They get the ball, leave with about 30 seconds left. Hand off Parker. Parker's got the first down. Parker! Back attack! Attack! Out to the 6-yard line. Ball game!
Between arguably the top 2 teams in the league coming up in a couple of weeks. 3rd down and 4. Zuli back to pass. Deep shot to Corky's wide open inside the 15 down to the 11-yard line.
Red Feather's going to have Brewski in the backfield, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. Red Feather pump fakes once, right-hand side. That's going to be picked off! Picked off by O'Neal. Julius O'Neal with his first interception of the day.
It's panic time now for the Pride. Christensen throws. That's batted up the air and intercepted. It's taken away and down the sideline goes number 20. Lucius Sanders put it on the board. Touchdown, Cleveland. Oh my goodness.
And here's the counter play to Zulu, and Ogun will go. He's still going. Run of the day, and Ogun Zulu will go for the touchdown. Wow, what a run by Ogun Zulu.
Unbelievable. And they're being very precise, like exactly what you wanted them coming out of the half. And Pickler dropping back. He's going to fire deep, and it's going to be caught. And he's at the 30 to the 20 to the 10 and taking it into the end zone. Nick Finch with a huge touchdown, and just wow, what a play from the Gladiators, and the coverage there from the Tyrants. The DB went for the interception, and he came up with error.
1st and 10 from the 21 here. Just over 6 minutes to go in the 3rd. Chicago trying to uppercut this St. Louis Gladiators team and put them on the ropes. King, shotgun snap, moves in the pocket, fires deep down the field, caught at the back line! What a grab, and the first touchdown of Greg Soto's career is a spectacular one.
Greg Soto coming in replacing the retired J.C. Torres. Said, don't worry, Chan. I know you lost a great one.
This will be just under 32 yards for Otis Boudreau. On his left hash, the right footer stands ready. Spot is down. Kick is up. It is good. Otis Boudreau does it again in walk-off fashion. Louisiana taking down Florida 20-19.
They go 4 wide with the tight end split out. Stopped over the middle, throws another interception, and this time it's Jack Brown.
That one's going in the house.
Touchdown at the 36.
They call this, Colin, the law of averages. You know, whenever there's this many interceptions going on in a game, one of them's bound to go back to the house and get some points, right?
Oh my goodness. Now multiple linebackers have an interception, but this time Jack Brown turns around and runs it into the end zone.
And I'll tell you something. Deep drop for Dunhill. He's going to lob it deep. It's going to be caught. No one around him. He's going to be in. Touchdown. Forward Toros. Stephen Hacker does the robot and gets us off flying.
10 SFL action starts today here at Fatherhood Festival Field in Canton, Ohio, as the Canton Classics play host to the Houston Headhunters. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and joining me in the booth is the king of thermal energy transfer, Gerald Smith. With us on stats, Jason Clay, Chris Porter. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Gerald, how you doing today?
Really good.
All right, man. Well, two teams face off who are both outside of the playoff race at the moment, but fighting to get back in it. For Houston, they're at the bottom of the South Division, 3 games out of first place, but only a game behind second and third. So there's still plenty of time for them to get things turned around. For Canton, they're in even better position, sitting only 1 game out of first place in the North behind London. But both of these teams need to get things turned around now with a win today. So what are the keys to victory for these two teams?
Third down conversions. Both Houston and Canton have struggled converting third down and first down conversions to rank at the bottom of that category. Canton also has the worst rate scoring offense and total offense, along with the last and third down conversions. But the Canton defense has been one of the best this season, as they are ranked in the top 8 in 3 of the 4 major defensive categories. Houston has been slightly better on offense, with their bright spot being their number 4 rushing offense led by GP Wells, but they still struggle on third downs and rank 27th, which is second worst in the league in converting those third downs into first downs. Whichever team can convert those third downs into first downs stands the best chance to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Well, as Matt Wilson would say, there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field. So we will get down to the field, get this one started. Houston will kick things off for us today. Sonny J with the ball teed up. 4 seasons in the league, all of which have been with the Houston franchise. And we are underway here in Canton. Canton Classics wearing their cancer awareness uniforms today. You see the pink trim on their uniforms. Canton Classics esports SFL team is yet again trying to raise awareness and money for the American Cancer Society. The campaign runs until the end of SFL Season 20 Championship on May 12th. Every donation makes a difference, and no contribution is too little. You can join them in fighting against cancer at pledgeit.org/season20. First down. There is a sack to get things going. Cameron Curtis sacked back at the 20-yard line. Brought down by Butch Menner. Not the look Canton was looking for to get things going. Starting offense for the Canton Classics. Quarterback is Cameron Curtis. The halfback, Robert Johnson. Fullback, Kane Hunter. Wide receivers, Kendra Wells, Al Dillapre Sr., and Mike Twinscrew. The tight ends, Jack Wall and Bob Lung. 2nd and 14 now. Quick pass over the middle is good for a gain of about 9 yards. Sets him up with a 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, and that's a good way to kind of rebound off to that sack off a first down, being able to get more than half back, and to put you in a 3rd and medium type situation here.
3rd down and 5, 3 wide receiver look. Pass down the right side, tipped in, incomplete, batted away by Kai Cash, and that'll bring a quick 3 and out for Canton.
Yeah, and that was very, very good defense. It looked like it may have been kind of slightly underthrown. Looked like the wide receiver on that end did have the edge a little bit. It may have been slightly underthrown, which allowed Kai Cash to be able to make a good play on it, and get his hand on it, and be able to bat it away.
Breddington James III on to punt for Canton. Greg Corky back to return for Houston, standing back at his own 30-yard line, brings it up to the 34. And, excuse me, that's Mike St. Green on return duty for Houston. That is where the Headhunters will take over and get their first offensive possession going. Quarterback Dave Burr, halfback GP Wells. Jalen Wells is the fullback. Mike St. Green, DR Sim, and Greg Corky are the wide receivers. At tight end, Jim Copeland Jr. and Dan Curtis. 3 wide receivers out to the left. That pass is complete on first down, immediately connecting up with Greg Corky.
Yeah, and there we are. He look, 6 yards on first down. Look, and I think one of the keys to these teams right here being able to do stuff because they aren't the best, right? They're actually some of the worst in actually converting on third down. So, them being able to get, a fair share of yardage on first down and make it really short on second down, could completely eliminate, third down, tries for them completely.
3 backs in the backfield now on second down. GP Wells takes his first carry of the ball game. Good for a gain of about 4. Sets up a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, and look, and GP Wells was actually this really, really good bright spot for them last week. I mean, him only having 14 carries and rushing for nearly 240 at 17 yards a carry and 3 touchdowns last season. And they're hoping to replicate that today.
Burr over the middle into double coverage, and that one is caught. A jumping catch by Mike St. Green all the way to the Canton 39-yard line, and Houston is in business.
Yeah, Mike St. Green went up and got that one right in between 2 defenders and got hit right as he actually brought the ball in and, been able to, that's one of the things he's been able to do over his career, go over the middle and jump up and grab them balls and not drop it.
Burr on first down goes down the left sideline, and that one is incomplete. Was trying to hit DR Sim. And could not connect with him. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he was going for the Hall of Famer right there, right? Looking, to reach his I think it's a ridiculous milestone, nearing 20,000, receiving yards on his career, which is unheard of, and it's a stat that if you reach it could be untouchable.
Burr on 2nd down goes up to Mike St. Green on the right sideline. He'll gain 7, and DR Sim, he'll be the first one to get to 20,000, and that is quite a milestone. We should potentially see that today, depending on how many targets he's able to haul in. In scoring position now, just on the outside of the 30-yard line. They're down and 3 from the 32. See if they're able to convert this.
Yeah, and they did, real well on their first 3rd down try of the game, being able to pick it up. But here's our second one, and they're right on the edge of field goal range right now.
Barry Simeon and Taylor Menor, the left tackle and left guard, blocking today. Set up some good blocks there. Burr's able to get it out to GP Wells. Gets the first down and a little bit more. Fresh set of downs at the Canton 24-yard line.
Yeah, and they made that look easy right there. Perfect play call versus the defense that was called by Canton right there, right? Just dump it off to GP, and he's able to get them 8 yards, pick up the first down, and now they're actually clearly in field goal range right now. But I definitely see GP Wells being, to get the bulk of the touches in this offense right here today.
3 wide receiver set, 2 backs in the backfield. Burr, short pass over the middle. Caught right before he got hit. Gary Clem with the tackle. The starting defense for the Canton Classics at defensive line: Chris Porter, Mike All, Gary Burney, and Adam Chance. The linebackers: Mark Gronick, Gary Clem, and a Singletary. In the secondary: Evan Lacey, Connor Darien, Frank Bernstein, Bob Funk, and King Jamal. 2nd and 4 for the Headhunters. Burr up top. Mike St. Green wide open on that out route. Easy first down. Now inside the red zone.
Yeah, and he ran an excellent route by running right in there. It looked like a little, short type of post, maybe an arrow route. Was able to put his foot in the ground and actually head right back out. And he was, got them some really good yards and reset the downs. And now they're approaching, the 10-yard line here at the 13.
Flip backs. Burr quickly gets that one out. Goes up top to Jim Copeland Jr. Hashtag throw it to the tight end. Gain of 4.
Yeah, but here they go. Just, dumping it right off. Good stuff. If you could have kept his feet about him, he could have probably got him definitely inside the 5. But when the ball was thrown, he had to jump and spin around. And
I don't know if we even had to. Tight ends just like to, play athletic, show what they can do. Watch this spin right here. No reason whatsoever. Burr towards the end zone, into the end zone, touchdown, Houston. They strike first. The Hall of Famer DR Sim putting points on the board. first here today.
And it's crazy because I wasn't even looking at him. I was actually looking at the tight end and get the ball because it looked like Jim Copeland Jr. on a slant right in the middle. He threw his hands up as if he was gonna catch it, but DR Sim, being a Hall of Famer that he is, realized that the ball was maybe thrown off a little bit and is able to dive and catch it, and he's got his team up by 6.
Sonny J on for the extra point. Barry Burgeon's on to hold. The extra point is up, and it is good. Houston 7, Canton nothing. If you are new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, it's football for everyone. Canton will get the ball back now. Houston with a lengthy drive. Scoring first. Canton went 3 and out on their first possession. They'll start this drive from their own 23-yard line.
Yeah, and suffering that 3 and out, right? And they have, I mean, they got to do something, on third down, and being able to, get themselves in a situation to be able to convert those third downs. So, but they're coming out in the passing formation here.
On first down, pass up the left sideline. That one is good for a first down. So finally got that off their backs. They're able to connect up with Kendra Wells and connect for their first down of the ball game.
Yeah, and it's a 17-yard chunk play right there on first down. Great route by Kendra, and even a better throw by Cameron Curtis right there to be able to hit her in stride and pick it up. And they're and here they are kind of after one play. They're not too far from midfield.
First down and 10. 4 wide receiver set from the 40. Cameron Curtis takes a low snap, throws into traffic, and that one is incomplete. The starting defense for the Houston Headhunters: defensive line, Alex Perez, Tom Tanner, Butch Menner, KT Slayer. The linebackers are Jason Peace, Garrett Evans, and Zed Markov. The secondary: J.W. Hartshorn, Kai Cash, Corey Menner, Dedrick Law, and Josh Rowe. Second down and 10 from the 40. Handoff to Robert Johnson. That one is good for a gain of 3. Robert Johnson been around quite some time now in the league. 6 seasons in. Got over 1,000 yards on his career.
And here's a third down for Canton right here. They got themselves in a third and long-ish type. Let's see if they can convert here.
Over 5,000 yards on the ground and over 1,000 through the air. That one batted down. KT Slayer, 6'6", 295 pounds, jumping in front of that one. That's like trying to throw the ball past a skyscraper.
And not only that, guess what? How often do you see a defensive tackle, get ups like that and be able to bat a ball down? Typically, you see them just put their hands up, but man,
yeah. he got some airtime.
Yeah,
pretty good for the big fella.
Turned themselves into, from 6'6" to about 7'6".
It's almost like he jumped a foot.
See how I did that math there?
A good man.
First down and 10 from the 18. Houston with a nice opening drive, and they're back on the field to see if they could do it again. Already up 1 score about midway through the first quarter. Canton just not able to get anything going on offense quite yet.
Yeah, and as their the statistics on third down for them has shown, they just haven't been good. They had 2 third down tries, and they failed each time to reset the down.
Burr swings this one out to the right. GP Wells gets the catch, gains 4. Second down and 6. The quarterback comparison early on in the ball game. Obviously, Dave Burr with the better stat line. He's got 67 passing yards and a touchdown. DR Sim, the benefactor of that.
Yeah, and they got themselves some high percentage passes thus far out, right? They kind of putting the quarterback in a good position getting a rhythm, especially on the road here.
Burr with a short pass now over the middle and making the catch, doing some barrel rolls in the process. Mike St. Green, second on this team in receiving yards so far this season. Came into today's game 6 receptions behind DR Sim. He's got 474 yards, 5 touchdowns. DR Sim leading in all of those categories. Most receptions, most yards. 9th in the league with 758. 5th in the league with 7 touchdowns. That handoff on 3rd down and 2 easily goes for the first. GP Wells. Gerald, you mentioned it earlier on. GP Wells, the bright spot for the team last week in their win over Alamo City. 14 carries, 238 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, look, and he also had 1 catch in receiving. So if you look at it, he had the bulk because, their quarterback only had 14 completions out of 16 attempts. So he got more than 50% of the touches.
2 wide receivers on the field. They'll go up to the one on top. That is Mike St. Green, who continues to add on to his stat line. Already has 5 receptions for about 30 yards.
Yeah, and he's the early favorite target from Dave Burr right out the backfield. And if he's getting open, shoot, why not throw it to him? You know what I mean? Because guys know that what DR Sim brings. Him being the Hall of Fame and everything else. So they're kind of eyeing him up more than a guy like Mike St. Green.
Burr back to throw deep down the left side, and that one is a jumping catch. Oh, that looked like a pick, but Jim Copeland Jr. climbing that ladder, showing what tight ends can do.
I tell you what, him being 6'7", I'm not sure how far he had to climb up the ladder. He could just got on his tippy toes and got it. But
Dude, is the ladder.
But he jumped up, and the DB there thought he had an easy pick, but when you got 6'7", a mound of a man going up and grabbing it in front of you, your chances definitely go downhill. But he grabbed it, and here they are across the 50.
What a great catch by Copeland. That pass over the middle was incomplete. Trying to get that one down to one of the backup receivers. Starters maybe getting a little gassed. Bob Funk breaking that one up.
Yeah, when McCutcheon seen Bob Funk coming, he's like, I think I might not want to put my arms out too far. I don't want to get laid in. So he protected himself as opposed to just trying to secure the ball and take a massive hit.
Burr on 2nd down. 5-step drop. Oh, throws it straight to a Canton defender. Ace Singletary got his hands on the ball. I think he was even surprised he got there that quick.
Ace, I don't know, man. It's like he just put his hand out there. I don't know if he was trying to one-hand it or what, but, man, that had pick 6 written all over it and could have just, kind of been looking at a tie had he just tried to.
Yeah. Do you see Sim though? If he hadn't got that one, Sim was wide open, running full speed across the middle of the field. He would have caught that and kept on going.
Oh yeah, he had a step.
Yeah, he sure did. 3rd down and 10. Trips up to the top. Burr goes over the middle, throws short of the line to gain. It is caught, but it is short. 4th down and 4. Got that one out to Jalen Wells. And at the 38-yard line, you hate to get to this part of the field and get a 4th down. I'd keep the offense out there, I think, but looks like they'll be content to punt.
If they have confidence in their defense, right, to be able to stop them, but I'm not sure. It's early on in the game. You don't want to give. Because Houston has all the momentum right now because Canton hadn't really done a whole lot on offense. They can't convert a 3rd down this far.
Punt comes down at the 10, and for some reason, he actually tries to return that one, sprinting sideways across the field. Al Dillapre Sr. gained 0. 1st down and 10 from the 11. So Canton's had 2 drives so far, and neither one has resulted in points, but the defense stepped up and got Canton's offense off the field. Or Houston's offense off the field. Excuse me. Canton back on the field now on offense through wide receiver set. Cameron Curtis under pressure. Runs. He's going to take off with it. Tries to he ain't sliding. Tries to stiff arm the defender. Gains 7.
Well, I tell you what, when you're 6'8", 223 pounds, and you just kind of rolling back there, he's like, I'm not taking a slide, right? Looked like he was kind of pressured, kind of rolled out a bit, and just didn't see anybody down the field. So he seen he had some room out there and picked his his team up 7 yards on first down. And that was a very good decision because now it gets him, away from the shadow of their goalpost.
Curtis hands this one off. Oh, pressure in the backfield immediately by this Houston defense. Butch Menner getting the tackle for a loss.
Tell you what, it wasn't only Butch Menner that got like penetration and pushed the offensive line back right there, but Robert Johnson really had nowhere to go, and Butch Menner, because Robert Johnson had to go, horizontal to his, the line of scrimmage, was able to tackle him, behind the line of scrimmage for a yard loss.
Curtis deep drop throws, gets the first down. That one is complete to Al Dillapre Sr. It'll keep this drive alive, which they need. They need to get some points on the board, Gerald. That has got to go.
Yeah, and that was their first third down conversion. I bet it's a relief off of the offense and coaching staff. Look, I know we're only in the first quarter, but hey, they were able to convert that third down at a third and medium. So that's got to get them going the right direction.
And off to Robert Johnson, good for a gain of 3. Sets him up with a 2nd down and 7. And Gerald, you mentioned it in your opening. This Canton offense has really just kind of struggled to get things going all season long. They're last or close to last in several offensive categories. Their defense has really been their bright spot, ranking top 10 and in some cases top 5 in multiple categories. But they need to get things retooled here on offense so they can get some more points scored throughout these ball games. Kendra Wells gets that reception, sets him up with a 3rd down and 2. That brings us to the end of quarter number 1. A low-scoring game so far. Houston out in front. The lone touchdown on the board. 7-0 from Canton, Ohio. Watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on SFL YouTube. We're live from Fatherhood Festival Field in Canton, Ohio, the home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Jason Clay, Chris Porter with us on stats today. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios on production. Flip sides of the field, get ready for quarter number 2. Handoff taken up the middle, and the first down is achieved.
Yep, there you go. 2 third down conversions in a row right here and there. And it seems like they're starting to get somewhat of rhythm. And I know some of them are thinking, yeah, I'm glad that first quarter's over with because, we're just starting to, we didn't have a very successful first quarter, having a couple of punts right there. But they, seem like they have something pretty good going here on the drive.
Curtis back to throw, dumps it down behind the line of scrimmage to Robert Johnson. Does everything he can do just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And can't quite get there. Zed Markov combined with Corey Menner on the stop.
And it's surprising, right? With the high caliber back of Robert Johnson, right? Like he's a very, very good back, and he's just not, the offense just isn't able to stay on the field for him.
Curtis on 2nd and 11, throws it into traffic and a jumping catch. That's what they needed. Getting it down the right sideline. Hey, why not throw it to another tight end? Jack Wall with the catch.
All these tight ends apparently trying to show up these wide receivers in here and making these athletic catches and actually jumping in front of defenders to snatch the ball out the air. But this right here is what Canton needed, to be able to show that, hey, look, we can still move the ball, we can still get down the field.
Curtis with a quick laser of a pass, and it's picked off. Corey Menner gets the pick.
And then we're going for Al Dillapre Sr. Looked like he threw the ball just a little bit flat right there because he had him. If he could have put a little bit of, I don't know what you call it, lob into it right there.
Little arc on the ball.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. You get the idea. But he did, and he threw it flat. And Menner was able to pick it off.
Yeah, threw it on a frozen rope, as they say.
I like lob better than arc.
I like arc better than lob.
Arc also can be something you use in welding. It makes an arc flash.
You and your welding. 1st down and 10 for Houston. Got it at their own 28. Another Canton drive. Coming to a disappointing end. DR Sim picks up where he left off. Gains 9.9 on 1st down.
Oh, yeah, and they gave him plenty of cushion right there. Nobody was within 7 yards of the guy when he made the catch.
That's a mistake. Yeah, a Hall of Fame receiver is about to hit 20,000 career yards, and you don't even have somebody within 5-10 yards of him. When
I mean, the guy's got 2 catches and a touchdown already, even though they're not for a tremendous amount of yards. He's got 18, 19 yards or on the, on just 2 catches.
Offset I formation on 2nd down and inches. GP Wells takes a handoff. Oh, good thing that tackle happened. Otherwise, Wells would still be going right now. Mark Gronick gets the open field tackle. 1st down and 10 from the 42.
Yeah, Gronick actually fought off of a block right there, from the left tackle and Simeon able to fight off that block and still be able to bring GP Wells down. If not, he could. I mean, they could be up 13 points.
Wells takes that handoff and is brought down in the backfield immediately. Tackled for a loss. Gary Clem, linebackers doing work.
Yeah, linebackers and tight ends right now.
That's all you need, man.
Right? So they're an outside linebacker, right? Gary Clem, season 17 All-Star, 5-year vet doing his thing.
2nd down and 12. Wells takes the handoff. He'll gain 1. 3rd down and 11. A high-flying dwarf in the chat says these Canton uniforms are quite unique. They are the cancer awareness uniforms in Canton. They are trimmed with pink to try to help raise awareness and money for the American Cancer Society. Pledgeit.org/season20 if you would like to donate. We'll even accept your British dollars, Liam.
Whoa.
That pass picked off. Burr put a nice arc on that one. And yeah, I'm calling it an arc. Evan Lacey moves to the 30, to the 20, and only one man to beat. Mike St. Green with the tackle. What an amazing athletic play by Evan Lacey of the Classics.
Not only did he jump up in the air and grabbed it out of the air, watch this athleticism. He fell down, got up, and then he puts a spin move right there, then jumps over the guy, then puts another spin move. He just didn't have no more spin moves in the tank as he's driving down, and Mike St. Green had to save the day.
Mike St. Green just coming out of nowhere to get that touchdown-saving tackle, but an incredible play by Evan Lacey to get that interception, set his team up in great starting field position, now leads the team in picks with 4.
I think he was trying to show up the tight ends with that athleticism he had.
Curtis on 1st down from the 15, throws into traffic and nearly gives it right back off the back of the defender, and then it was just there for the taking. But it falls harmlessly to the turf. Al Dillapre Sr. was the target.
Man, the little bit of a bump that the cornerback on that side gave Dillapre Sr. kind of knocked him off his route. And Cameron Curtis thought he was going to be at the spot, but he was a little bit off of his route and just bounced off the back of the defender. That was a dangerous throw.
2nd down and 10. Curtis 4 of 8 on passing so far today. Throw number 9. That one's complete and immediately leveled. Paid the price for that one. Kendra Wells with the catch. Her 3rd of the ball game. Immediately taken down.
Check Miss Kendra's chin there. He put the helmet right up at her chin right there.
Shouldn't that be a flag? Not in this league.
Not in this league.
Curtis on 3rd and 6 goes towards the end zone and does give it right back. Taking the knee. Dedrick Law with the pick. And another drive ending in disappointment for the Canton Classics. That was their drive to score, Gerald. They got that one in prime starting field position after that interception by Evan Lacey.
Yeah, and this is like the 2nd drive in a row where they actually end up turning the ball over in Houston territory, where they were in a position to be able to either score a touchdown or get a field goal to kind of put themselves on the board. But as of right now throughout this game, the bright spot has been the Canton defense right now.
Dedrick Law, 4 interceptions on the season, 9 all time. And the Headhunters back in business. Jim Copeland Jr. getting that catch. You see that athletic move he just did to plant his feet, turn around. He was going to keep on going, man.
That 270-pound man.
Yeah, turned on a dime.
He just.
Yeah.
I need what he's got in my life right there, because I can't move like that, and I don't wear anywhere near that.
I try to make a move that fast, my knees are going to buckle, snap in half, and I'll never walk again. GP Wells on 2nd and 4, gains 1, and sets them up with a 3rd down and 3. So neither one of these offenses really done a whole lot yet so far, Gerald. You know, Houston able to score on their opening drive, but it's been back and forth ever since. Houston 2 of 5 on 3rd down, Canton 2 of 4. So to your point you brought up earlier, 3rd down percentage not great.
Yeah, and here's a chance for for Houston to. Oh man, they just gave them one. Look at the penetration they got right there.
Yeah, that's too bad. They're shooting themselves in the foot. Gary Burney got in the backfield and was able to get the tackle for a loss, but a free play.
Who was that? Mike All or Porter? Who's that one that jumped on?
I'm calling that on Chris Porter.
Man, that's unfortunate because they made an excellent stop there. And it had nothing to do with Porter, right? They just, the defensive tackle just got right through the line and tackled him for a loss. They could be looking at a punt, but instead it's a way for Houston to be able to get them, the downs reset.
Offset I formation now. Ball taken up to about the 33-yard line by GP Wells. Tackled on the play by Adam Chance.
Adam Chance, right? The former linebacker, right? Converting, putting that man right in the middle, right in his 2nd season with the team. Going from a linebacker and free running to like, nah, we need this guy on the line. We'll do it, and it's come up and it showed up.
On 2nd down and 9. Wells trying to fight through the defenders. Did a decent job there. Got wrapped up by Evan Lacey and dragged them for about 3 yards. 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, but he was still able to bring them down. And Evan Lacey thus far this game making plays, making sure he's get out there and forcing into 3rd and medium. And this is another situation where they can, Kent can get themselves off the field.
4 receivers in the set. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Burr in the gun, throws over the middle. That one's caught and getting the 1st down. Greg Corky with the catch up to the 43 as we approach the 4-minute mark in this first half.
Yeah, the Canton defense right there. They played a little bit too much of a deep zone, and Houston had the right play called against the zone of Canton right there, and they're able to reset the downs. But look, Canton's defense is making Houston work for the yards that they've gotten thus far, though.
Burr on 1st down, has time, throws over the middle. That one is incomplete. Tomorrow on SFL YouTube, the Carolina Skyhawks are the next challenger to the league's top seed, Arizona, who is here in the chat, stalking away. Will the Scorpions take care of business with a looming rematch against Baltimore next week? Or will Carolina upset Arizona looking ahead? Kickoff is set for 9 p.m. Eastern only on SFL YouTube.
I think on that last play, Wales, it looked like he was looking at nothing but green grass and just didn't keep his eye on the ball.
2nd down and 10. Oh, Corky, the intended target, but great closing speed by Frank Bernstein. He's able to break that one up, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Bernstein closed on. I think if Bernstein actually plays the ball there instead of the receiver, I think he picks that off. Because he got there right at, when the ball got there simultaneously whenever the ball showed up. If he would have actually looked at the ball, he might have been able to pick that up.
Third down and 10. Burr, play action, throws over the middle. That one, that one went straight to Mark Gronick. I saw about 5 Canton defenders.
Let's count them on the second monitor. Oh, yeah, it was.
See my count, man?
Mike's a good math today.
That's right. I used all the fingers on one hand, and that's all I needed, so that worked out good. 4th down and 10. Ron Foster on the punt.
Yeah, I think Burr was trying to take a shot, and he just nothing was there.
Punt is away. El Dillapre Sr. takes it from his 20, spins his way up to the 23. 1st down and 10 now for Canton.
Yeah, so, and look, and just to kind of look, and Canton has had scoring troubles, thus far throughout the season, right? They're only averaging just over 13 points a game this season, so they have had issues putting points on the board, getting ball in the end zone, And from the last 2 games, they haven't even reached their season average in the last 2 games.
Curtis with an easy out route up top to get this drive started. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first half. Still no score for Canton. Have you missed any SFL action? It's hard to keep up with everything around the league. You can check out highlights of SFL games on SFL YouTube and on the Highlight Nation channel provided by Victor's Valiant, YouTube's premier sports highlight maker. Subscribe to Highlight Nation and Victor's Valiant on YouTube for all your sports highlight needs. Curtis once again hitting that out route up top, and this one almost good for a first down. I thought that he actually got it, but what do I know? Robert Johnson gets the catch, 3rd down and inches.
Maybe he didn't, right? It looked like maybe the way he fell, he kind of almost sat down vertical instead of falling forward. Maybe his leg got down before he was able to lean over. But it's a 3rd down nonetheless. Uh-oh.
3rd down is achieved, and a little bit more. Gets up to the 41-yard line. Another fresh set of downs.
Yeah, he made that look easy. He had excellent blocking right there. And if he, if he would have, I don't think if he ever had to make himself skinny right here and turn sideways, I think he could have broke it loose right there to prevent the linebacker from getting to him. But, Canton, I think that's one of the things that they need to do right here is actually, try to lean on the run game a little bit more. They've already thrown a couple of interceptions. Lean on the run game and be able to get yourself down the field. Because Robert Johnson, he's a running back that can carry a team.
Curtis with a quick throw. That cost him last time. This time, not so much, but an incomplete pass. Tried to hit Al Dilpree Sr. That last time he threw that laser beam, Corey Menner was waiting for it.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of passes going to Dilpree Sr. right here. And he's just it seems to be a lot of contested throws there. And he is a great receiver. I mean, but you got to watch how you throw it to him though. You can't throw it to him when he's got a couple of people on him.
Footbacks in the backfield on 2nd down and 10. Curtis steps in the pocket. He's going to take it again. Gets the 1st down and more. Still not sliding. He's fighting for yards. He wants to get his team on the board, Gerald.
He's like, man, our offense is anemic and the pocket, and he did perfect. He didn't waste no time as the pocket kind of collapsed around him. He just tucked it and went. Didn't see anybody open. Just ran. He's like, I'm gonna make him tackle me.
2-minute warning here in the first half. Canton, they're on a drive. See what they can do with this one. They got to get some points, Gerald. They've been the defense, like we talked about. The offense has been sputtering all season long, especially statistically speaking. They're last in a lot of categories, or close to it. Defense doing great. Their defense is keeping them in this one.
And that's how they've won games, with the defense as opposed to the offense.
Curtis on 1st down gets it out to a wide open target, and that's what they need to do. Kendra Wells gets that catch. They need to look for those easy completions. Don't throw it into double coverage, triple coverage, start throwing laser beams down the field. You got an easy out route like that, take it. If Houston's going to give it to you, keep taking it.
Yeah, and it's all about high percentage passes, right? Like, that's what they got to do. Get their quarterback in a rhythm, right, and get the defense thinking that you're going to go short, and then only throw something real deep if it's open, right? So, and this drive they've been having to do a pretty good job of that thus far.
On 2nd down and 4, Curtis. Oh, see, throwing that out route, but wow, that was a dangerous throw into traffic, and defenders just stuck, just in pure disbelief. Kai Cash gets the tackle.
I don't even think Kai Cash even knew the ball was coming.
No.
Right? Because he just didn't even turn around. He was just playing the wide receiver, and Dilpree, it was almost pitch and catch right there, Curtis put a good ball, though, put it out in front of him the way he can get his hands on it, but Kai Cash didn't even see it.
Pass out of bounds, trying to get it back out to Kendra Wells. 2nd down and 10, minute 23 to go in the first half. Just outside the red zone. They're in scoring range, Gerald. They've thrown 2 picks down in this area already in this game. They can't afford another one. They need to take good care of the ball. There's no shame in sending Rob Ems out for a field goal and at least getting some points on the board before the half.
Right. The way your defense is playing right now, right, you just need to be able to kind of take what the defense is giving you, so to speak, That way you're not throwing it away. You need to be a little bit more careful here because your defense is playing strong right now.
2 backs in the backfield for the Classics. Curtis throws it behind the line of scrimmage. Wow, I'm surprised he even got back to that line. Timeout called by Canton with 1:18 to go on the clock. 3rd down and 10 now. I thought that was going to be a tackle for a loss of about 4 yards, Gerald, but nice move by Robert Johnson.
Yeah, Robert Johnson just shoulder dipped Mr. Peace in the back of the field right there.
Kane Hunter on that one.
You know, so he just kind of just dipped him there and was like, oh, man.
3rd down and 10. Clock rolling, minute 15. Curtis, down he goes, sacked at the 27, and Canton will strangely burn another timeout. I would have let that clock roll and maybe see if Houston wanted to call a timeout, but Canton playing nice saving time for Houston to get a drive going.
Yeah, that was an odd timeout call there.
You're kicking a field goal now. Just let the clock go.
Yeah, it was a little bit strange, but it looked and on that one, look, I mean, as the pocket broke down, the pressure comes right up the middle. When you get after the quarterback right through the middle like that, it gives them really no chance, really nowhere to go, and that's why the sack was taken.
Rob M's 9 of 11 on the season so far. Kick attempt number 12 is good from 44 yards out. Now 10 of 12 for Mr. M's. Gets points on the board for the Canton Classics.
Now it's going to be interesting to see how Houston is going to attack this right here, right? Because they are going to get the ball back, I believe, after half. So, I mean, are they going to go down and, be able to put more points on the board? And, as a lot of guys say around the league, and kind of double dip on that with getting the ball back.
Quick return taken by Mike St. Green up to the 25-yard line. Minute 6 to go, all 3 timeouts. Thanks to Canton helping them out there a little bit with that questionable clock management. Dave Burr, 16 to 20, 118 yards, a touchdown and a pick so far in this one. Completing over 70% of his passes. They've got time, but they're coming out in a running formation. They might be content with their 4-point lead, I guess. Or they're just going to let GP Wells just get a touchdown.
I was about to say last week, I mean, GP had 14 carries for nearly 240 yards. I mean, why not? He's a big play type of back.
All stats in favor of Houston so far. Second down and 4. First down was achieved, and Houston will burn their first timeout. 2 remaining for them, 1 remaining for Canton. 32 seconds left on the clock. Expect maybe now they'll come out in a passing set.
I don't know, right? They're right at their own 40. And they may be and maybe they don't want to take a whole lot of chances. And as I say that, it looks like they don't mind taking chances. So I'd say look for DRSim and Mike St. Green here.
Pass over the middle. Yeah, there you go. Right there connecting. I believe that was Sim. Yep, that is indeed Sim getting it up to the 41-yard line. They'll go into the hurry up here. I like that they're saving these timeouts.
Yeah, and that's a 21-yard reception.
They're going to have to use one here if they catch this one. Burr going down the right sideline. That one's incomplete. Trying to connect with Greg Corky. Well defended. Clock stopped with 14 seconds.
Yep, and he just prevented Evan Lacey from getting another athletic pick. He turned into the defender and just hit Lacey right in the chest as he was trying to secure that ball. And so it was a very, very good defensive play by Greg Corky, to kind of, potentially, save them a chance at putting some points on the board.
Second down and 10. Burr, 18 to 25, 146 yards. Deep drop pressure coming. Throws down the middle. Oh, picked off. Was trying to hit Mike St. Green, but that one fell a little bit short. Bringing it back the other way. Looks like that was Bob Funk with the pick. 4 seconds to go. Not sure they'll be able to do much with this from their own 35.
Yeah, and he was. They went for the for the quote unquote kill shot right there. I don't even think he saw Bob Funk sitting back there playing center field, because St. Green had a step on Mr. Lacey there, but he just didn't see Bob Funk. Bird didn't see Bob Funk kind of sitting in center field right there, and went for the jugular, so to speak, right there, but wasn't meant to be. And now what Canton's gonna do? Run it out here?
Yeah, I would think we'll get one handoff and head into halftime. 7-3 lead. Houston over Canton. Not a lot of offense from either of these sides. Multiple picks for both quarterbacks. Robert Johnson gets the handoff. Canton will burn their final timeout with 1 second to go here in the first half. Hail Mary range? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they're gonna toss it up here. They got a yard. I don't know, maybe not. Like, if they're gonna run it, I just don't know why you would call a timeout there if you're gonna just chuck it up.
Right.
You know, or you can just drop back and just like Cameron Curtis just scramble.
Just run, man.
As big as he
Curtis,
is,
run.
he might be able to bulldoze over some guys.
Listen, neither running backs really got a lot of yards on the ground. Cameron Curtis almost has as many as they do. He's got about 12 yards to his name. Maybe even more, honestly. One final handoff to Robert Johnson. He's not down yet. That was looking scary.
If he didn't get caught up behind his teammates, I think Canton goes into halftime with the lead.
That'll bring us to halftime. Houston out in front, 7-3 over the Canton Classics. Take a look at the first half stats and highlights. Gerald, not a lot of offense to speak of. Looks like about 175 yards for Houston, and what's that, Matt? 150 for Canton.
Yeah, and they're kind of playing almost neck and neck, and it shows in the score. But if you look at Canton, I mean, they had 2 drives where they were down there and they actually turned the ball over in Houston territory. So but the defenses, right, or what actually has showed up thus far, but for both teams, right, only a combined 10 points between them, and I am very surprised that GP Wells is only sitting at about 20 yards on the ground right now, seeing how he had 14 carries for well over 200 last week. So but like I said in the opening, right, Canton's bright spot has been their defense, right? The defense has kept them in games throughout throughout the season, and they were able to knock off just 3 wins, but they've done lost 2 in a row, and it seems like, hey, even though their defense is playing well, they had to put points on the board, and and it seems like for both of them, they just got to get some momentum on offense.
Canton with 96 points scored so far this season, last in the league. Their defense, second best, with only allowing 155. Houston's experiencing that right now. They've been held to only their opening touchdown. GP Wells has been held in check. Right around 20 yards rushing on the day, but Houston defense doing the same job. Robert Johnson on the other side with only 30 yards rushing. We'll see if the running games get going in the second half, if they continue to try to stick to the passing game. 7-3 the score here in Canton. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios, keeping things going for us. Jason Clay, Chris Porter with us on stats. A somewhat brisk day here in Canton, Ohio. Fatherhood Festival Field. Canton Classics hosting the Houston Headhunters. Houston will get the ball to start half number 2. As the chain gang slowly gets out of the way.
I don't think those are young men. They're running like they're aged.
Yeah, they've seen their prime come and go. That's the nicest way to put it. Mike St. Green running with some afterburners on, straight into a wall. First down and 10 from the 23-yard line. Dave Burr in the first half, 18-26, about 150 yards. Has a touchdown, has a couple of picks. DR Sim at about 40 yards. He's looking to hit that 20,000-yard mark, but they're going to have to get him going if he's going to hit that today. It was about 128 yards to hit that 20,000 career mark in this one. So we'll see what half number 2 looks like. Starting off with a handoff to GP Wells. Wells on the outside gets going and gets a first down on that first carry. He darn near doubled his yardage on one play. Bob Funk with the tackle.
Yeah, and that was a 22-yard rush on GPs as well. His 9th carry of the game. He had 20 yards before that, and he actually slightly more than doubled his output right there on that run. So, look, and if they could do that, right, get GP the ball like that, and he keeps running like that, I think it could put Houston a little bit out in front of Canton right here, and that's the way I think they should be able to start attacking this Canton defense. 9
rushes, 40 yards. Getting it back down to Wells in the passing game. Gain another 4, 2nd down and 6. There's our quarterback comparison so far through this one. Burr with more yards and a passing touchdown, but 2 picks for each of these QBs.
Yeah, just throwing the ball right against these 2 defenses just hasn't been going well for both of them, right? I think they need to run the ball a little bit more to be able to get themselves in good situations.
Wells with that handoff there. Halftime adjustment, perhaps, by head coach Damon Simeon. In the chat right now saying that's what we need to do. We got to run the ball more. We threw too many passes in the first half. Dave Burr with 27 passing attempts right now compared to GP Wells with 10 rushing attempts. So almost a 3-to-1 ratio on the pass to rush.
Right, and seeing right here, I mean, the way GP Wells has been running this on this drive, and when they come out in the passing formation.
Yeah, 3rd and 2.
Wow.
Laser beam over the middle is caught to DR Sim. But yeah, I would have gone right back down to Wells there, but what do I know?
Yeah, what do we know? I'm sitting there and Dave Burr's like, no, I got a Hall of Famer, in my wide receiving core, and I'm going to throw it to a spot and allow that man to go get it no matter who's around him. But shoot, man, they got themselves well in field goal range now when it was right around just past midfield.
3 wide receiver set that looks like they will stick to the pass. Dave Burr telling head coach Damon Simeon, heck no, I'm going to keep throwing into triple coverage almost. Pass is batted away and incomplete. Tried to get it back down to Greg Corky, and Simeon's heart rate currently through the roof.
Yeah, and I would imagine, head coach Damon Simeon on the sidelines, like, why are we throwing to Evan Lacey on that side right there? Because he's been making such athletic plays and has his hand on, at least 3 balls so far and picked one off. Almost running back for a pick 6.
Absolutely. First meeting between these 2 teams. Canton in their 2nd season now. Houston's first visit to the city. The Pro Football Hall of Fame resides. Dave Burr in the gun now on 2nd down and 10. Quick pass over the middle into double coverage. But Jim Copeland, the tight end, he don't care. He'll catch it anyway.
Yeah, why not? You're going to throw it to, one of the biggest guys on the field. I mean, you can't miss that big guy. He's been making contested and athletic catches all game long thus far.
Only player bigger on the field, left guard Taylor Menner. And he should be bigger. He's a left guard.
And 330.
That's what I'm saying. Bird over the middle. Oh, no. Oh, wow, that almost went right back the other direction. King Jamal jumping in front of that one. Nearly picked it off, but it does bring the drive to a close.
I tell you what, I saw exactly what Dave Burr saw. I saw Damon Simeon with a step on the cornerback there, and I did not see the safety sitting back there in King Jamal, and he was able to get the ball knocked down, but at least fortunate enough for Houston, they were still able to retain possession and have this field goal attempt to potentially put them up at 7.
37-yard field goal try for Sonny J is up, and it is good officially from 36 yards, and Houston is able to regain their 7-point lead here in Canton. Hey, don't leave the broadcast without joining our Discord server. There's so much more to do in the SFL than just being a player. You can join to check out content for teams and about the league created by the community. Participate in pick'em games, play fantasy football, and test your skills in the Survivor Pool. To join our server, visit simulationfl.net. Click the Discord icon on the menu. The SFL community is 2,000 strong, and we will see you there. Dillipper Sr. out to the 25-yard line. Canton will get their first shot at it here in the second half. So the opening drive of the game, Houston scores. Well, opening drive for them, I should say. Canton had the ball first. But Houston scores on their first drive. Houston scores on their first drive of the second half. Canton with only 3 points so far Cameron Curtis, 10 of 15, 62 yards, no touchdowns to pick. He's got to get things going.
Yeah. And they have to be able to get themselves in a high percentage passing situation, right? That way they can get them somewhat in a rhythm.
Nothing going on that one as Robert Johnson met right at the line. Zed Markov with the tackle. I think they'll credit him with a loss on that one. Second down and 10 officially, but slightly behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, man, like the very, very good linebacker play right there, being able to meet him, actually behind the line of scrimmage, and the running back was able to get himself back to the line of scrimmage. Credit to him, but I think Canton's got to. I don't know what. Oh man.
Well, not that. Anything but that. Another tackle for a loss as Wells is immediately grabbed, and Johnson immediately grabbed up and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Not able to get anything going there.
Yeah, because I was just about to say, I mean, they need to, kind of run Robert Johnson in there, but the way that this Houston defensive line is just ripping apart the offensive front of Canton, I'm not exactly sure what Canton can do.
Curtis on 3rd and 12. The catch is made. Can he get there? No. Tackled behind the line to gain. Kendra Wells with the catch. She's just short. 4th down and 2. And they'll need to punt.
I actually thought for a second Kendra was going to be able to get to the
Me
first
too.
down and
pummeling forward,
right.
Almost made it.
But look, good defense in the secondary right there for them to kind of know that, hey, look, we need to stop her from getting these couple of extra yards and be able to force a punt and a 3 and out, and gives Houston back the ball.
Reddington James on the punt for the Classics. Gets this one away. Taken by Mike St. Green at the 27. Makes some moves. Gets up to the 36. A nice return for Mike St. Green. 1st down and 10 for Houston. See if they can get some more points on the board. Tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, South leading Mexico City Aztecs heads to Texas to take on division rival Fort Worth in the first of 2 meetings this season atop the South. Catch all the action on Next Level Sports. For complete channel guide, visit nlse.com. GP Wells takes his first handoff of this drive, gains 2.
Yeah, and Houston has a chance right here to kind of, and the way the game flow is going, it almost seems like, hey, man, if they get up 2 scores here, it almost feels like that they might be able to put this game away. And it's kind of weird to say, because here we are in the middle of the 3rd, and we shouldn't even be saying stuff like that, but Canton is struggling so much on offense this game. And if Houston can muster a touchdown here, oh, man, it puts so much pressure on Canton.
Pass behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, look at those surging forward. Wow, gained 5 on that one. Thought he might have gotten pushed out of bounds, but GP Wells keeps the feet in bounds, keeps the legs churning, gets a 5-yard gain. 3rd and 3.
Oh, man, it looked like to me he stepped out before.
I thought so, too. I was like, I thought he's out. Why aren't they blowing the whistle?
Yeah,
It's the far side of the field. We can't see.
Yeah. Well, neither can R62 and everybody else on that sideline either, apparently. But, but here, look, Canton's got to get off the field right here.
Burr throws deep down the right sideline. Mike St. Green off to the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. And this one, like you said, Gerald, might already be out of reach. What a play by Burr to Mike St. Green.
Yeah, and look who they did it against. And they did it on the side right there by Evan Lacey for 57 yards to Mike St. Green. He's been the popular target for Dave Burr all day long. And he's able to take a shot right there, run somewhat of a fade route, ran right past everybody, threw a perfect ball, hit him in stride. And now this puts Canton in a very, very tough situation. And the way the flow is going, Houston might be able to cruise through it, but it's going to put a sense of urgency on Canton. And can they answer?
Mike St. Green with a huge catch. 74 yards on the day. Sonny J, extra point up and good. 17-3. Houston out in front of these Canton Classics.
And it's been such a struggle here for look. And one big play like that, there's a similar play like that Canton, can perform what they own if they can get a shot at it. Right, one big play for Canton. Right, it puts them right back in it. So if they can muster something on defense, but they can't come out on this drive and do a 3 and out. They got to get down and get some points, even if it's a field goal
or a kick return for a touchdown. No, Al Gillicree Sr. tried to get that going. but he's tackled at his own 25-yard line. First down and 10 for the Classics. So down by 2 touchdowns now. They've only been able to get a field goal on the board on probably, let's do some quick counting, Gerald, about 8 drives that they've had so far.
Yeah, and the drives haven't been long, right? So it's not that they've been having sustained drives and actually moving the ball. They've had very, very short drives. And here they are, right? Like even the running game right there, just got a tackle for loss. And these linebackers and what this front 7 of Houston has been just
dominant.
Kind of destroying the offensive line of Canton. They're not able to do anything, and it seems like too often they're looking at second down and extremely long. They take a loss on first down, and I don't understand what's wrong at this point.
Almost 300 yards of offense for Houston compared to 136 for Canton, and everything going Houston's way as they're able to get yet another interception, picking off Cameron Curtis. Yet again, Josh Rowe with the pick.
Yeah, and it and we're going to get a better. It almost looked like it bounced off the Canton receiver. No, it didn't. He jumped it. Yeah, he just jumped the route and got right in front of his guy there, and it was a very, very good defense from Houston. And this is, I hate to say it, but this could put the game away right here if Houston comes up with any points.
Cameron Curtis's quarterback rating now lower than Gerald and I's age. For what that's worth, GP Wells with his quarterback rating's 34.1. I'll just throw that out.
Yeah,
we're a little older than that.
A little.
We're
35.
We've been 35 years old. That's it. Yeah. That's somewhere around there. We're so old we forgot. Burr's quarterback rating a little higher than our age, 83.9. Burr in the gun. They wanted to go for the kill shot here, Gerald.
It looks like they want to.
Burr throws it, short pass over the middle, 3rd down and inches, gets it to Greg Corky. Probably one of the first catches he's made all day where he hasn't had somebody draped all over him.
Right. So look, and I was pretty surprised to see right here, right, like them lining up in the formation that they did. I would figure it might be GP Wells trying to get them to coast the rest of the way. I mean, because their defense is playing really, really well right now, and it just really feels like they can just cruise at this point because they're not doing a whole lot wrong.
Absolutely. Still 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Gets that first down easily. Wells brings it up to the 26-yard line. And, yeah, I mean, like you said, it's odd to say a game's out of reach when it's just a 2-score game, but Canton just hasn't shown us that they can do anything with it on the other side.
Right. Look, and I tell you what, I mean, that's the second time I've seen, Clem come off of a block and be able to bring down the ball carrier, man. That guy's he's one of the bright spots on the defense, especially in the front 7 for Canton.
Oh. With the out route batted down. That's one way that you can get some points on the board, too. Ace Singletary, I think that's the second pass that he's had in his hands that he wasn't able to pick off.
I know. They need to bring him to the sideline and say, look, man, if you just grab one, that's potentially maybe 2 pick sixes you could have had there. But, hey, look, maybe that's why he plays maybe linebacker instead of, say, a safety.
Right. He just swats.
Like you're awesome, but you just can't catch. So let's put you where you can just tackle people.
Ace the fly swatter Singletary. Burr to Wells. Wells turns on the Jets. Able to gain 10. They spot him with the first down.
Yeah, and he picks up the first down, and it was Bob Funk just kind of throwing him past the first down right there, being able to get on him and grab him by the shoulder pads and throw him down. But here we are. I mean, they're in the red zone now, and if they keep doing a similar offense like they've been doing, right, not taking a whole lot of shots, only taking it when you got your man open.
Yeah.
They can literally put this thing away.
Well, I mean, as long as they don't turn this over, you're looking at 3 scores here. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, it's going to be a 3-score ball game in a minute. Wells takes the handoff, just waltzes his way forward, is able to gain 9, bounced off a couple of people on his way up, but, really untouched until he got that 9-yard gain.
Right, and you see he picks up 9 there, but he had blocking, and you've seen how many people that Houston had on their offensive side that was looking for people to block. That's something that Canton has not had in their running game at all.
On 2nd and 1, Burr will throw, gets it out to Wells. Wells can't get there. firing in. Evan Lacey gets the tackle. 3rd and 1.
Yeah, the guy's only made one mistake so far this game, and it cost him a touchdown. But that's a great open field tackle for Evan Lacey right there to kind of force his 3rd down and, get him in a situation where they might be able to force a field goal attempt right here.
Crowd on their feet here in Canton. They want to try to get this ball back. Burr hands it off to Wells. Wells spins, stuffed behind the line, and tackled for no gain. So the Canton defense bent but didn't break. But I almost think that it's all for naught. They're still going to get this field goal try unless they can block Sonny J's kick.
Yeah, they just it's just the way that they've been going. It doesn't seem that Canton has that second gear at all. They've been stuck in first gear and just kind of moseying on. I mean, they got to be at least kicking it to second gear to be able to get to 3rd and 4th.
Well, low snap, almost. But the kick from 24 is good. 20-3 here in Canton.
Yeah, they're gonna have to answer here with something, and if they,
yeah, this is it. This
yeah,
is like this. This starts right now with this drive. You're either gonna get a touchdown, or it's out of reach.
Right. Look, and they've had so far the last 3 weeks. They combined in 3 weeks. So far, they combined 22 points.
Yeah, they need that right now.
22 divided by 3, that's like, 7 points a game?
Yes, that is good math, man. Because 21 divided by 3 is 7. So 22 divided by 3 is like 7 point.
Yeah, man. I like math.
Is that why you married an accountant?
Yes.
Yeah, you
yes.
just talk about numbers.
She's good with numbers, man.
Yeah. I love how she could just do numbers.
I could just see me in like the quick dating game. Hey, you're an accountant. No. All right, next. I need.
What do you do for a living?
I need numbers in my life.
I'm a baker. I don't care about your baked goods. I need numbers. Cameron Curtis gets that pass complete for a gain of 5. Although, I don't know, she wasn't good at math earlier. What were we talking about before the game? And she thought like 50 plus 50 was 200.
I gotta give her the eye, and she's like, well, she's got to play it up, like, hey, I don't know anything, and then all of a sudden she'll just lay it down on you.
Right.
It's almost like what they call that, hustling people. You gotta hustle them, thinking you don't know much, and you come out and just drop the knowledge.
There it is. Offset I formation for Canton. Important drive here. Let's see what they can get going. And this one off to Robert. There we go. He gets the first down. He gets more. How far can he go? All the way up to the 48-yard line, nearly getting all the way out to midfield. And they're going to need more of that from him and all the other playmakers on this offense. This is a crucial drive to see if they can keep things going.
Yeah, and it was one of the few runs right here, right, where he had excellent blocking to be able to find the lanes and be able to do it, and he runs it for 18 yards there. But look, you know, one of the surprising things you see, you have all these big guys from Houston in pursuit of the ball. So they just having a knack for the ball, and just and that's why they've only allowed 3 points before this game.
Johnson just past the 40-yard mark and nearly broke that one for a huge gain. Dedrick Law with potentially a touchdown-saving tackle. 9.9 gained on first down.
Man, Kane Hunter put a good block right on that DB there, but he just couldn't hold it just long enough to get Robert Johnson free. But this is the best drive. It's kind of a weird time to have one of your better drives in the game, but
yeah, better late than never. 3rd down and 1, stuffed slightly in the backfield by Garrett Evans. 3 quarters in the books. 11 minutes remains here in Canton. The Classics, they're down 3 scores, but they are trying to claw and scratch their way back in this one. You are watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Week 10 action getting started here tonight, today, this afternoon, whatever it is. I don't even know what time it is anymore. The sun's still up, so it must be daytime.
It's a Saturday.
That's yeah. Yeah. The day of the week, the time, it doesn't matter. We're playing football. Well, I guess we're not playing. We would die, but we're watching football. 3rd down and 1. There we go. Getting that first down and more to the 20. Off to the Eagles. 10, 5, all the way down to the 3-yard line. Nearly broke that for a touchdown. He's increased his yards from about 30 to 95 on this drive alone. Robert Johnson getting it done for Canton.
And what a way to start off the 4th quarter, right? By getting yourself in a situation where you have great blocking to be able to hit the edge and then rush for 40 yards. to get yourself right to the 3-yard line. And look, they are going to have to score on this drive. If they end up with a field goal, it's such a failure. This is, to me, being down 17 points, this is 4-down territory for this team.
Touchdown or bust. Cameron Curtis under center. First down and goal. Hands it off to Robert Johnson into the end zone. Touchdown, Canton. It's about time.
Right, dude. And look, and if they were going to score a touchdown and get themselves back in it, now was the time, if any, right? And they were able to get Robert Johnson in there and get the score. And now see if their defense can show up. Like we said, right, it's one of their bright spots all season long. Now, if they can show up and force a couple of 3-and-outs and they can replicate this drive here with feeding Robert Johnson like they did, I think they stand a chance to somehow get a comeback.
You know, and getting 3-and-outs, but also getting turnovers. They've picked off Dave Burr twice already in this one. They can do it again. Robert Johnson, 96 yards and a touchdown now on the day. Kick is up, and it is good. 20-10 here in Canton. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect track for your projects, visit apmmusic.com.
So that score looks a little bit better to me, 20-10.
At least
Two-score game than
double-digit
20-3.
Yeah.
And now, just from that touchdown, it doesn't seem like 10 points is so.
It seemed a lot, yeah. Like 14 points seemed like that was out of reach. 10, I don't know. I get what you're saying. It just seems like, listen, when it was 20-3, even when it was 17-3, it seemed out of reach because Canton wasn't doing squat on offense. Now they put the ball in the hands of Robert Johnson, and he just had one heck of a drive. He had a 40-yard run on that drive, getting it all the way down to the 3, punched it into the end zone for 6.
Oh.
And the defense starting off doing exactly what they need to do. That pass intended for Jalen Wells, bobbled and incomplete. Great job by the defense.
I thought Gary Clem was going to pick that off.
That's what they need.
The ball just seemed like it hung in the air for way too long, and to me it looked like Clem had his eye on the ball, but he went for the running back there out the backfield. So, but here we are. They got themselves in a second and long situation. Look like they might want to feed GP Wells right here.
3 backs in the backfield now, 2nd down and 10. Houston content to let some of this clock roll down. They get it down to Wells. Wells spins past one defender, cannot spin past Gary Clem, who now has 7 tackles on the day, 3rd down and 8. So, Gerald, just what you asked for. Here's the chance for them to get a quick 3-and-out.
Yeah, and look, and Houston has had struggles, right, throughout the season. Not so much this game, converting on 3rd down, but here's your chance, Canton, to be able to get yourselves in a situation to get your defense off the field and put your offense back out there.
Wells takes the handoff, stuffed. Brought right down and tackled for no gain on the play. 4th down and 8. Gerald's going so crazy in the booth over that 3-and-out. He's ripping cables out of the wall.
I kind of jumped out of my seat and just pulled the cable out of our system here.
Yeah.
Mike's like, what's going on? That was somewhat exciting to me.
Yeah.
Because now it puts Canton's offense back on the field with decent field position.
Unbelievable, man. You're just like, Wreck-It Ralph up in the broadcast booth, just taking things out. My goodness.
and here you come in there with the Fix-It Felix hammer to fix us just in time.
Just in time to get this next call underway. 1st down and 10. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Wreck-It Ralph is his new nickname. Jason Clay and Chris Porter with us on stats. Cameron Irvine doing production. Fortunately, Gerald can't destroy any of his stuff from here. Cameron Curtis back out onto the field on offense now, and Robert Johnson trying to pick up where he left off, but this Houston defense is not done fighting. Met right at the line by Zed Markov. No gain on the play.
And very, very good recognition right there by Markov to be able to kind of scan the field, and he was the only guy, if you look back at that replay there, he was the only guy that was kind of unblocked right there, and he was able to find his way and kind of, get himself right in the hole, right as Robert Johnson was trying to come through.
Curtis changing the play at the line. 3 wide receiver set, short drop, quickly gets that one down to the fullback, Kane Hunter. He's able to gain 1, so just as quick as they were able to get that 3 and out, Gerald, they are at risk of getting one of their own, which means that my cables are at risk of being ripped onto the wall again.
And if they convert this 3rd down, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I may start running around the booth. I hope my headphone is long enough.
It's not, so don't do that. Cameron Curtis has time, throws over the middle and nearly picked off by Dedrick Law, but it'll fall down to the turf. So down by 2 scores, 8 minutes to go. Do you go for it here?
I don't think so, right? Because you're in a position where you can punt it and you can hopefully get themselves, pin Houston back maybe within the 10-yard line right here. So I would punt it, right? Especially since your defense had a good series last time against Houston and forced that 3 and out. So we can see here, but once they do, if they do get the ball back down 10, I do think at that point you're going to have to keep going for it on 4th down.
Mike St. Green takes that one back at the 20, gets it up to the 24-yard line. Houston with a chance now to try to make this a 3-score game once again. So we'll see what they're able to do on this one. Dave Burr, 29 of 41. He's been slinging this ball quite a bit. GP Wells with 14 rushing attempts for 50 yards. See what Wells can do on this one. 3-yard gain up the right-hand sideline up to the 27.
Yeah, GP looked like he tried to make a move, but Evan Lacey again, right, with a great open field tackle right there. So Dave Burr with 270 passing. It doesn't seem like he had been. He's had that type of game, but he definitely has, right? That long pass to Mike St. Green was definitely something.
On a deep pass right now. Oh, this one almost picked off as well. King Jamal got his hands on it. Bobbled by Connor Darien and then down to the turf. 3rd down and 7. Another potential quick 3 and out here for this Canton defense. And, Canton, with their offensive struggles, it'd be exciting for them to be able to get this comeback, being down so far, as you mentioned, Gerald, only scoring 22 points in the last 3 weeks. They have the opportunity to come back here. That'd be huge for the Classics.
Yeah, especially the way their offense has played, right, in recent weeks, all season.
They're down at 7 and pressure coming and sacked. Back down at the 19-yard line. Mike All getting back there and celebrating over Dave Burr as he lays in the turf.
Look, and you got to give credit to the Canton secondary, right, creating a situation where Dave Burr didn't have anywhere to go with the ball, and it looked like down the field, on Dave Burr's left side, right, that they gave Dior Sim a late bump, which probably threw off the timing of the routes and didn't give Dave Burr an opportunity to see him to get open.
So another punt by Ron Foster. This one taken by Dillapre Sr. Spins and is at the 47-yard line. So you can't ask for much better starting field position. They've got to capitalize.
Yeah, and right here at it's 3 yards short, but I'm gonna call it right at midfield. I mean, you couldn't, ask for your defense to do any better for your offense right here to be able to set you up in a situation where you have kind of a short field. I mean, look, and they don't have to get a touchdown on this drive, right? They're just trying to close the gap, and you get a field goal, and you're still within 1 score.
Exactly. Curtis with a short pass to get things going, gets the 1st down up to the 42-yard line, connecting with Jack Wall. They haven't used their tight end very much. It's only his 2nd reception of the ball game. He had a big 16-yarder earlier on, a nice big athletic jumping catch, as I recall. That one a little easier. Now with 26 yards.
And maybe that's why they kind of forgot about the tight end and how he was wide open on that play from Houston, right? Because he was just kind of just leaked out right over the middle and was able to, get themselves a decent amount of yards.
Curtis with a short drop going over the middle again, that time straight into the waiting arms of Zed Markov. But that one fell incomplete. Trying to hit Kender Wells. 7 catches. Could not haul in that 8th.
Yeah, and Markov, he just let it hit him in the back. The ball didn't even get to Kendra at all. And it hit Markov right in the back.
It's a 2nd down and 10. Curtis, pressure on its way, gets that pass off, tipped and incomplete. Trying to go back to Wells again. She's been well covered. Corey Menor all over that one. 3rd down and 10.
I tell you what, Corey Menor got his fingertips on. That was a great play by him, because if he doesn't get those fingertips on it, I think Kendra keeps her toes in bounds, and you know, for them to be able to reset the downs. But to me, Mike, right here, look, I know it's 6 minutes left in the game, but if you don't convert this right, and how the offense has struggled, do you punt it, or do you just go, or to determine how many yards you have left on 4th down if you decide to go?
Deep drop by Curtis and a quick pass, getting it connected, finally able to connect with Wells. He's thrown to her a few times on this drive and not able to convert. That one was extremely important, converting on a 3rd and long.
Well, it doesn't matter if they have to get the 4th down or not right there, because they just got 14 yards on that one right there to get themselves, and now they are in field goal range right here. So
they are right on the edge, but yeah, they are.
And now they can get themselves in a situation, right? You need to be careful with the ball here. You know, your quarterback has thrown 3 interceptions thus far in the game. You want to do high percentage passes or runs to Robert Johnson to keep yourself in a situation where you can narrow it down to 1 score.
Cameron Curtis in the gun. Goes down the right-hand side. That one's into the... You tricked me. Mike Twinscrew with the catch. Thought he had a touchdown. Gerald stepped out of bounds at the 6.
Yeah, and that's the name we haven't really heard hardly at all today. Twinscrew. He couldn't tiptoe it right down the line, because they could have closed it to 3 points right there. I really thought he was gone. If I'm Mike Twinscrew, I keep running and let them challenge it.
Yeah, just be like, I wasn't out of bounds. Oh, and there you go, Houston defense. Tom Tanner firing right into the backfield. Met Robert Johnson seconds after he took that handoff, and tackled for a loss on the play. 2nd down and goal from the 9.
Yeah, it was almost like he was just unblocked.
Yeah, I don't think he was touched. 2 wide receivers set now on 2nd and goal. Curtis calling an audible. I formation. Throws up top. Gets it out to Twinscrew again. Twinscrew up to the 5-yard line. He'll gain 4. So 3rd down and goal. Gerald, like you said earlier, they don't have to go for the touchdown here. Play it safe.
Right, and you can see how much of an effect that previous out-of-bounds call on Twinscrew happened, because he made sure he tapped his toes like 8 times before he kind of got out of bounds there. So from their formation, if they run an all slants here, I think it's in Canton's favor.
Curtis throws, end zone touchdown. Jack Wall, hashtag throw it to the tight end. He gets the touchdown catch that Canton needed. And well, we were dead wrong, Gerald. We said halfway through the 3rd quarter that it seemed like Canton was just dead in the water. Houston had this in the bag, but don't look now. Canton's on the march.
Right, and it's all done by their defense, right? And look, and they've actually had, out of the last 3 drives right here, they've actually done pretty well about getting themselves in a situation to be able to move. It's just, I hope now that it isn't too little too late, right? Because they showed up in the 4th quarter. They, with pending this extra point, they would have scored 14 points in the 4th quarter when they scored 3 points in the previous 3.
Extra point try to make this a field goal game is up. It is good. Liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Unless you're Gerald, don't smash the like button, because you know he's going to destroy the equipment in the process. He'll literally start smashing the like button on the screen. Dude's out of control. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is nobody else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. Kick returned up to the 25-yard line, and now the weight is on Houston's shoulders as they have let their 20-3 lead turn into a 20-17 lead. Let's see what they can do on this drive. They've had a couple of 3-and-outs in a row. Dave Burr, 29 of 42. Completion percentage under 70%. Has a couple of touchdowns, has a couple of picks. DR Sim, the Hall of Fame receiver, still with only 4 catches. See if we can get more out of him on this drive. They start off with a run to GP Wells, met in the backfield for a loss. we've got a game update from SFL Studios. Cameron Irvine, take it away.
Thanks, Mike. Before Robert Merrill got hurt, he was doing things like this. Stiff arm and London in the end zone. If Canton wants to keep pace in the North Division, they're going to have to find a way to come back in this one. London all over Motor City, 27-3. Back to Mike and Gerald at Fatherhood Festival.
Thank you, Cam. A snowy day in Detroit, Michigan. Thankfully, the snow is staying just far enough away that it's not filling the stadium here in Canton. And another third down and long on back-to-back-to-back drives. This is crucial for Houston. They need to get this one.
Yeah, it just all of a sudden seems that like Houston just can't pick up a first down on their last. If they can't pick it up here, this is going to be their third possession in a row.
With a 3-and-out, yeah. 5 wide. Burr in the gun. Letting some time tick away. 3.5 to go in the ball game. Burr over the middle. Wow, a rare drop by Dear Simmons. Look at those stats. Targeted 10 times in this game, and he still has just his 4 catches.
And you don't see the Hall of Famer and Dear Simmons drop those type of balls, especially in a situation like that. So that's extremely huge for Canton right here. Yeah. And look, and Houston is going to have to come out and play and play tight defense like they played for the first 3 quarters of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's now on the shoulders of that Houston defense. The Canton offense has gotten things turned around. Houston's defense needs to figure out what changed and get back to what they did in that first half to darn near pitch a shutout. First down and 10 from the Canton 40. They only need a field goal to get this thing tied up and about 30 yards away from that field goal range.
And maybe Houston kind of started drinking the Kool-Aid. I was saying that, hey, they can cruise to victory, but
right.
it's just not something that Canton was allowed to have.
Oh, there you go. Butch Menner says, you know what? Here's what we'll do. I'm just going to crush Robert Johnson for a 3-yard loss. That tackle for a loss looks like he was fired out of a cannon.
It almost looked like he actually knew what the play was, but he just railroaded.
Knew the snap count.
Yeah, like railroaded the center, man, and he was just in there, like, and that's put you second and 13, and look, and we've seen that quite often within the first 3 quarters of the game.
Short drop by Curtis. Oh, wide open target gets the first down, crossing midfield. Hale Dillapre Sr. with the catch. First down and 10 from the 49.
Yeah, and Cameron Curtis kind of read the coverage right there and let Dillapre get right past right past the linebacker there to get that clear open lane from to throw the pass, and threw it just in a small enough window to be able to get it and have him be able to pick up the first down. And they're in Houston territory, right past midfield.
2.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Tom Tanner with the tackle for a loss brought a chaw out of Gerald Smith. He loved that play so much.
It just seems like Houston has been living in the backfield.
Yeah. Oh, look, untouched again.
Yeah, it's like, man,
it's kind of a boomer bust play, I think, for Canton. They're banking on Houston not touching Johnson, and they're getting those blockers out in front downfield. So it's up to Johnson to beat that first tackle, and he's just not been able to do it. Curtis on second and 13, swatted down by Zed Markov. 2-minute warning here in Canton with 1:58 to go. You are watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. This one looked out of hand. Now it's a close one. Canton down by 3 in possession of the football. Third down and 13. Outside of field goal range right now.
And it's third and very long.
Curtis to throw, steps up, pressure coming. He's going to take off, and he is sacked. Fourth down and 18, back in Canton territory now. They actually had it in Houston territory and sacked back at their own 43-yard line. 4th and 18, and what do? You got 2 timeouts left. I think you got to go for it, but my God, that's terrible to have to go for it here.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, it's a tough situation, right? If you'd have completed that pass and put yourself in a little bit more of a manageable situation, I would say, but shoot, you got 2 timeouts. I don't even know if I would have called a timeout.
Yeah, I don't think I would have either. Cameron Curtis trying to get that first down. The catch is made, but it is short. and it will be a turnover on downs. Mike Twinscrew with the jumping catch at the Houston 41, but it was not enough. Gerald, we said the Houston defense needed to figure things out on this drive, and they did it, and now they're in good position to win.
Yeah, and Houston played a good defense there, right? They knew right where the first down markers were. They're going to play everything up underneath right there. Right as Twinscrew caught the ball, they just didn't allow him to get any more yardage, right? But they do. Look, they have 2 timeouts. I think they
can get the ball back.
You know, if they don't have if Houston don't pick up a first down, I think they can get the ball back.
GP Wells takes the handoff, spins, gets a nice gain of 6 on first down. Canton will burn their second timeout. Cameron Irvine pointing out that the game changed when Houston was up 17-3. Wells spun inside instead of staying outside, resulting in him getting tackled at, I think it was about the 1 or 2 yard line. They had to settle for the field goal. Since that field goal, Houston had 3 straight 3-and-outs. Now they've got the turnover on downs. If they get the first down at this point, it's game over. 2nd down and 4. Ahead by 3. Wells takes the handoff, hit after a gain of 1. 3rd down and 3 at the 49-yard line. Canton burns their final timeout. So, Gerald, it really comes down to this. If they get the first down, Houston wins. If they don't, Canton's going to have about a minute on the clock to see if they can at least get a game-tying field goal.
Yeah, and this is one of the things, right, that I've seen that GP Wells has been really, really good at catching the ball out of the backfield. If I'm Houston, right, because Canton hasn't covered it really well, I throw the ball right to GP Wells right out of the backfield.
Burr throws, and that one is incomplete.
Who was he throwing it to? He was open. Or did he get hit?
The intended target looked like it was DR Sim. I don't think he was ready for that ball.
I don't think DR Sim knew it was coming.
No, it was behind him.
That was odd, and I'm wondering if Burr got hit. I couldn't see it on the second monitor. If Burr had gotten hit on that play, it just like it was errantly thrown.
So I thought
he was wide open.
Yeah, I thought for sure. I think that's probably why Burr threw it so quick, because he thought DR Sim was open. We'll catch it, keep on running. But I thought Canton would have a minute to go because they were going to run. They threw it, stopped the clock. That was in Canton's favor. Now, minute and a half on the clock from their own 20. They've got to at least get to the 30. They're 50 yards away from field goal range. But this defense, like you said, they've been just living in the backfield. It's not really Robert Johnson time anymore. Curtis is going to have to throw. And this Houston defense that already has multiple sacks on the day, they're chomping at the bit to get more.
Right, and what got them like their last touchdown there, right, was Robert Johnson on the ground, and now that they got to throw, I don't know how confident they are.
Oh, defensive line was getting their tipped and picked off. That's the ball game. Kai Cash getting the game-winning interception on the tip drill. They'll just have to kneel this one out, and they will wrap this one up.
And that was Dedrick Law kind of coming in there and tried to pick it off and, to undercut it right there because Twinscrew had to step on everybody. But Dedrick Law kind of playing center field was able to step in front of it and knock it straight up, which made it easy pickings for his teammate to come right up underneath it and pick it off. And now Houston can kneel this game away.
What a crazy game. The first half was all Houston. The second half, was still Houston through most of the third quarter. The fourth quarter hit. Canton finally got things turned on and got them going. They were almost able to come back into this one. They got, 3 points away, had a chance to get the game-tying field goal or even the go-ahead touchdown on this drive, but Houston defense been everywhere. 4 interceptions to 4 different players. Kai Cash, Corey Menner, Dedrick Law, and Josh Rowe, all with interceptions to bring this one to a close. We'll see a couple more kneel downs, and that will be it for this one. So Gerald, as we watch these final kneel downs, let's go over your final thoughts of this game.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to like the defense for both squads, right? Especially the passing defense of Houston being able to come in there and let Canton know, say, hey, look, you can't throw it over the middle, because I do believe most, if not all, of those interceptions came right over the middle, and Houston was ready for it. So, and for Canton, look, your defense played stellar almost throughout the game. They put the offense in good situations and stuff like that. It's just that Canton had a little, too late type of stuff. Didn't turn it on until the fourth quarter, where they actually started playing like a full team, right? Like where the defense was doing what they've been doing most of the game, and the offense was able to come out and actually put some points on the board. So with them, doing that too late in the game, it just didn't allow them to get any footing and get themselves in a good situation to win.
Through the first 6 games that they played, Houston was 1-5. Since that time, they have won 3 in a row. They're now going to be 4-5 and right in the hunt here in the South Division. Mexico City Aztecs, who will play later today, currently at 6-2 in first place. The Fort Worth Toros at 4-3, and the Alamo City Artillery at 4-4. Houston now at 4-5, right back in the hunt with this win that they got. Coming up next for Houston, they will play on Saturday, March 25th at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time. They will be back at home hosting the Motor City V8s. Next up for Canton on Saturday, March 25th at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time. They hit the road. They head to Fort Worth to take on division rival of Houston's, Fort Worth Toros. Houston improves to 4-5 on the season. Canton will fall to 3-5. Coming up later on today at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the Mexico City Aztecs take on the Fort Worth Toros on Next Level Sports. Damon Simeon and Eddie Gage on that call at 6:45 p.m. Alamo City will head to Buffalo, New York, take on the Queen City Corsairs. Colin and Rick Northrup on SFL YouTube. Later on this evening, football after dark, Gerald, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Florida heads to Jacksonville, takes on the Kings. Chad Rowland, Jacob Clear on the call. Denver and DC kick off at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time with Tim Hackett and Anthony Ellison. There's more SFL action tomorrow as well, and Week 11 will be right around the corner. Kicks off on Saturday, March 25th. The final highlights rolling in this one as you see Kai Cash's game-winning interception. Gerald, your thoughts on player of the game?
I think it's got to be Dave Bird, quarterback here. He's actually throwing a decent amount of stuff, and you can see it right there, throwing 2 touchdowns, and actually 2 important touchdowns. The most important one was the last one he threw to Mike St. Green to put his team ahead and kind of secure the win.
Dave Bird, player of the game. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Final score, Houston wins it 20-17. For Gerald Smith, Jason Clay, Chris Porter, Cameron Irvine, Matt Wilson, who will be with me in spirit on every broadcast. I am Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy and have a great afternoon, everybody.